we are back, and we have a new human in the midst here in the studio.
I'm not that new. Let's be honest about that.
Chris Stewart is here from Kerberos. How are you, my friend?
Good.
I guess we have to stand here a little bit for this, right? Here, I'm going to try to...
Well, no, this is a tabletop game, but your table is more for your show,
Yeah,
so
more
standing helps a little bit.
Okay, all right, cool. You're much taller. Oh, I see. I'm standing now. I can see the screen. Okay.
I gotcha.
I'm a little closer in height too. So Blake, we're going to try our best to be heard in this, and hopefully you guys can see the board. What are you doing? What is this? What are we taking a look at?
What you're taking a look at is we made a roguelike on PC, Mac, etc. It's up on Steam called The Pit.
Okay.
It's set in a sci-fi universe that we've created over a number of games, the sort of the Stars universe, but it's a fairly classic roguelike.
Okay.
Did really, really well for us, really, really popular with roguelike players. And then from day one, I mean, we've been tabletop gamers, and as video gamers, we always said, we love playing tabletop games. That's why we're serious gamers. This is why we make video games. But the idea of making a game was, you know, it was not an average thing. You either went one way or the other. But in recent years, with Kickstarter, access to production, the dream became a reality, and that's what we did. We spent the last year and a half translating the video game into a tabletop game.
Very cool.
Which is what we're looking at here.
Okay, well, I don't. How long does one of these games usually last to play through?
It's completely variable. This is this is a dungeon crawler. Dungeon crawlers are get together with your friends, go room by room by room, run into monsters. Okay. It's an evening's worth of gameplay. This is it's not like playing Go Fish or anything like that, obviously. Right. But that said, what we've done is the game is got all this randomization in rooms, in monsters, in items. So at the end of a night, you hit a point where you're like, let's just walk away. It's very easy to make a note of your player. Okay. Walk away. You can even pack it all up, and then the next time you can all get together, open it back up. Everything's random, so it doesn't matter how these cards go. Put out your guys, away you go. So,
all right. Yeah. What is this? Is an enormous bag of dice. Why would you need so much dice? So many.
Because rolling dice is awesome. That's why you need that many dice. Okay. What we've got is you decided. I asked you in advance. You want to play Marine. Yeah, I'm the Scout. Okay. So we'll get these guys a little out of the way here, off to the side. All right. And each player, there's four.
Do we have enough stuff out?
Yeah, we got tons of stuff. I'm going to keep throwing it out as we talk here. Okay, all right. While I explain things to you. Okay. There's four character classes. You're all Space Marines. You want to be the full-on Space Marine.
Yes. But I mean, when you have an option.
When you have an option, why not, right?
Marine, right?
We also have the Scout. I'm going to play the Scout because you and I are not going to. We're not going to play all day. I wish we could play all day. Yeah. But we can't play all day.
We can't play all day.
So I'm going to go for a Scout. So Scout's in between, fast, but I can do some good hitting. There's also a medic, and there's also an engineer, because one of the things you can do is you can find items, you can craft them together into new stuff. Awesome. And that's the secret of any roguelike, and same here, is you got to keep your food up, you got to keep your ammo up, and you got to keep renewing your items and stuff like that. So that's it in a nutshell, and I think it's probably best. I'm just going to throw you into the pool here.
Just do it.
Because...
Just throw me in and explain it as we go.
All right. So I'm going to make you go first. Okay. Right? That makes perfect sense.
Sure.
We've got your health counters here for food.
Okay.
Your health and your ammunition. Okay. When you attack and shoot, obviously you're going to go down in bullets. Okay. At the end of a turn, you're going to go down in food. And if you take hits, which you're going to do, you go down in your health there. Okay. So I got my markers here.
All right.
So turn order is basically... Here's our guys. Yep. Your little guy there. Okay. All right. So we have rooms, and we're going to randomly draw them. We don't know what they are. Okay. You and I are going to start.
It looks so pro, first of all. Can I just say that you guys did an amazing... This is the prototype, right? This isn't something you can walk into a store and buy this.
No, this is the last version of the prototype. I mean, we started out...
it looks amazing.
Printing out in our laser printer and cutting by hand. This was the last one where we had somebody go out and we had them print it all up. Wow. And then on Kickstarter, what we're offering up now is the the box and the full production and everything.
That's crazy.
So we're starting a new level. Okay. It's an alien facility, old, ancient, could be thousands of years. There's an AI that's gotten a little rusty. Okay. And a little crazy. So
would you describe this like, I mean, we're Space Marines and stuff. Is this kind of like Halo as a board game or something like that? Is it kind of like a first-person shooter, I mean, or an RTS? Like, how would you...
There's an element of that. It's more akin to an RPG. Okay. And very much so in this case, because your guys start with you have scouts or skills.
Okay.
You have items. So you start with some food. You start with a med patch.
Okay.
Breaching charge because you're not great at opening doors on your own.
Okay.
Flak jacket to keep you from blowing up. You got a knife if you don't want to save bullets. An auto rifle, and you have combat mastery and sniper. Those are handy. Hold on to those.
This is amazing. These little cards are so incredible, dude. I love it.
All right. So we don't know where anything is. We can't see down the hallways. We can't see into rooms.
Okay. Now you haven't made a video game version of this exact game.
Yes.
Of this exact
game.
So the pit is a video game.
If I pulled up an item or a monster, and
yeah.
I mean it's a bit far away here, sort of thing. This is actually taken from the game.
All
the monsters are from the
pit.
From the pit.
So you can buy this as a video game.
Yep.
Right now.
Right now.
And you can play this whole experience.
Yep.
Or you can play this offline.
It is so close that if you go to Kickstarter and look for the pit, the board game, one of the perks we have, if people want to take a first step in and see what the world is, one of the tiers is for $5, we'll give you the video game.
Oh wow!
And then if you like that and want to try the board game, come on board.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
When was the pit developed then? I'm sorry, I don't know all of this stuff.
That was 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been up for a while. We had a bunch of add-ons and DLCs and character add-ons, and again, that's reflected in our Kickstarter too. We have stretch goals that bring in the extra characters. But the base game, you have the 4 characters, you have the end boss figures.
Awesome. Okay.
All right.
These guys did Kaiju A Go-Go, which I loved as well. I thought that was super cool. And
yeah.
I think you're probably most famous for Sword of the Stars, right?
Yes, and this is the same universe.
Same universe as Sword of the Stars. Okay.
Author Erin Dembo is our lore mistress, and she has been building up the universe, making note of the universe along with us as we develop stuff.
Very cool.
Keeping track of it. Yeah, so we're all set in that same IP.
Okay, so what do I do now?
All right, well, space is limited. I will point out down here, add, again, one more layer of replayabilities. We have this monster track.
Yep.
So as we were going along, we'd be drawing monsters that could pop out at us.
Okay.
Space is an issue here.
Okay, gotcha.
on your EP live table.
Okay.
But what I will jump you into is, so basically you have a move and an action.
Okay.
So right now we're starting at the start of floor 2.
Okay.
AI says traps, system administrator, turn on all the traps. They're bound to hurt somebody.
Okay.
I should warn people, like all roguelikes, the game is trying to kill you.
And so you start over just like you would in any roguelike.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
right?
gotcha.
So, and actually, there's a good time to point out, too, it's up to 4 players, but like all roguelikes, you can play this by yourself, too.
Okay.
So in our instance, there's just 2 of us playing, which means as we reveal monsters, I know what the manual says to adjust down. So we're not going to get swamped or anything.
That's cool.
When unlocking a door, player takes 3R attack. So every time you open a door, no matter how good you are, it's gonna take a swipe at you.
So how do I do that?
All right, first things first. Unexplored hallway.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll probably want to move into there.
Do I flip it or
flip it?
Okay, so I flip.
We'll just move that out of the way. So now,
okay,
you can decide where you want to stand.
I'll be on 3.
There you go.
Okay.
Now we don't know what's going to pop up there, if anything.
Okay.
This is where the fun dice come into play here. So do me a favor.
I've never seen that many dice in one bag.
Grab that 6-sided, give it a roll.
Right.
There we are. All right. So 1A monster pops up.
1A monster, okay.
And it's a light security bond Mark III.
Am I dead?
No, you're not dead.
Okay.
You're fine. As a matter of fact, we have, because we've been prototyping and 3D printing.
Okay.
We got the miniature for it. So I'll put them right there.
All right. Oh my God, no way, really?
Yep.
So you guys have been printing your own miniatures for the game, and that all comes in the box as well?
Yeah.
That's great.
There's 10, the base 10, which is the 4 player characters, and as you go down to the end, 5, basically there's a big boss battle, and we have the boss monsters as well.
That's great. That's great. Blake, how are we sounding? Because we're moving around a little bit.
You guys sound good.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
okay?
My teachers have always said I'm loud, so I'm hoping
you
I
have a stage voice, Chris.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Picking you up in both mics. So.
Oh, there you go.
Both of us? Yeah, okay.
So we got, and we're not there. That's a.
Oh, you're still printing. You're still getting the models and stuff together.
Yeah, it's all up on Kickstarter too. We have add-ons if people want. I want more rats. I want more robots.
These are great.
Do you like those?
Come on, you must have some kind of a deal sort of percolating right now with these. There's board game stores all over the place.
Yeah, we're right now our focus is on the Kickstarter, making sure that the people who back us, we can give them customs-friendly shipping and all that. So
this is great, man.
Canadians, Americans, Europe, we're nailing down the familiar. Yeah, but there are.
Yeah, it's a totally
There's a lot of people looking at it going, ooh, can we get this into a store for you?
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll get to that.
Cool.
Anyways, You run into a monster, you got to fight it. So
Okay.
you're the first through the door.
Yeah.
You open up the hallway, you poke your head through,
Yeah.
it wants to fight you.
Okay.
There's nobody else there. Like normally it fixates on position 1, but since there's nobody there, it's going to attack you.
Yeah.
So you get first shot.
Okay.
What you have here is you have your attack value of 2.
Okay.
And the attack value of whatever you want to fight with.
Okay.
Knife or gun.
Am I close to, like physically on the board? I'm next to him, but
It's
how close?
abstract. It's abstract.
Abstract.
Yes. We
Okay.
do have ranges, so like your weapon has a range that you could shoot down the hallway or shoot from the hall into a room.
Okay.
But right now you're essentially.
I want to stand back. I don't want to get shot by him. I'm going to use my auto rifle.
I hate to tell you this, he's going to shoot at you. But
Okay.
all right, so 2 attack, 4 there.
Okay.
All right, so you got 6 attack dice total.
Oh, 6 dice. Here we go. Big money, big money, big money.
Big money. Take
Okay,
those.
all right.
Now the other thing is hang on one sec.
Okay.
There's a thing called fate.
All
you
right.
don't have much as a Marine because what do Marines do? They make their own luck.
Okay, right.
But your weapon has 2.
I know that because I used to be
a Marine.
Yeah, okay. So my weapon has 2. Do I roll all of these then?
You roll it all. Those
Wow.
fate dice, depending on what you get,
Wow.
give you some more random effects here. So,
All right. So what
all
happened
right.
now?
So you've got 1 does nothing on the fate, and 5 is your special trigger.
Oh,
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
And I'll tell you what that is in a second. Here.
Okay.
But right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Oh,
Do you come in the box?
Do me?
So, yeah, so that you can explain this game and play
it's
there.
we tested it at conventions and all that. After a couple of turns,
Yeah, everybody gets
people
it.
gets it.
Okay.
People were swapping out because they had to leave, and other people come in, and they were training one another. It was
Oh,
that,
that's
it was that
cool.
straightforward.
That's
so
cool.
we got 7 hits.
Okay.
All right.
Hey guys, people want to see the pieces. Can I hold one up to the camera?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You want to? Here, you can run off with my scout for the time being, and one of the end monsters there.
Okay.
Right. So he's got a defense of 2.
Okay.
So actually, I think you've basically just given him a lethal swat. But
Okay. Did these cards
Too
come?
dark, can't see it.
oh,
Okay.
well.
We need another
All right.
camera, which would be so great to just add another camera into this stream, wouldn't it?
Then I'll be all done.
I'll roll for the robot. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, and I rolled terribly.
2 blanks.
He blocked nothing.
Okay. Oh, so you roll. I see. The
yeah.
other player.
Other
rolls
players
for-
roll. Yeah.
Okay, so the robot blocked nothing. He's about to be destroyed.
It's terrible. You've hit it 7 times. It's only got 5 health.
Okay.
And I mentioned before that you had the
I kick
special.
ass. Look at me. Video game skills. I don't know.
You have your special trigger ability, which means if it had not survived, you could have taken another shot.
Okay.
You also have your skills, like you can turn hits into misses and all that. But really, for your first attack, for your first fight,
Yeah.
you've devastated it. So,
Do I get to eat that piece now?
no.
Okay.
But
all
you
right.
do get to keep
Okay,
this.
Okay, I get to keep this.
What you do
Okay.
is you collect the monsters that you kill,
Okay.
and you can trade them in for increasing or adding skills,
Oh wow.
or they have markers on them.
So
for,
this is salvage,
yeah,
basically.
or they have markers that if you have the right combination of markers over various items and monsters, you
Yeah.
can, and a recipe, and you're in the right room, you can create a new item. So there are weapons that you can only get by making them.
So kill and craft.
Yeah, you got lots and lots of choices. You can
Very cool.
make sure you go through every room and take everything, but of course you're losing food and ammo. You can
Would I put this on a special pile somewhere, or do I just put it
if
right
we
here?
if we were at
Okay.
a slightly bigger table,
Yeah.
you'd have your player stuff and you
Pretty
just keep
big.
it.
How big of a table do you like?
Not much
kitchen
more.
table? Okay.
Kitchen
all right.
table is fine.
All right,
This is
kitchen
not. I
Okay.
going on record.
I don't think we could fit a bigger table in.
All right. So you basically took it out. If you want to reveal the room,
Yeah.
which being the first one, we'll do that.
Okay. Oh, it's
There
a
you
barracks.
are. So the barracks.
All right.
Now we're on the second floor, so we know there's going to be 3 enemies, except it's just you and me playing, which means it comes down by 1. So 2
okay.
monsters.
Okay.
Now I need you to roll that dice again,
Okay.
because we don't know if they're hiding or not. That one is not.
Okay.
Do one more for me.
Okay.
A medium protean, and that one is not either.
Okay.
And a maintenance bot.
Okay.
Guys lost a card.
Oh,
Thank you. Monsters B pile,
I
please.
wasn't going to go running around in the middle of it.
All right. So what do we have? A protean and a what?
Maintenance bot.
Okay.
The protean is a bit of a pain in the butt, but
Okay.
the maintenance bot is a bit of an easier target. But together,
Is it still my turn?
no,
No, it's your turn.
it's my turn.
Okay. That's
So
good.
basically,
There's your guy.
oh, there it is. He had it there.
Well, Christmas colors.
So I'm going to come in, lock 1 plus hits. So what you
Okay.
do is you take a look at your finesse. I got 5, and you give it a roll.
This is amazing, dude. This really feels like a video game. Just threw up all over my table here. I love it.
All right.
Over the box.
Threw Victor Lucas. It threw up all over my table.
But I love it. I thought like the tactility is just so good. I mean, it's throw up, but it's beautiful throw up.
I successfully opened the door.
Okay.
Now remember, I mentioned they have their favorite spots. So one is I'm going to go to one.
Okay.
The maintenance spot. All right. So I'm in, and now I get to attack. So I'm going to try and kill the maintenance spot fast.
Okay.
I'll use my. There we go. In the space thing here, I've got a auto pistol.
Okay.
So it's got an attack of 3, and I've got an extra attack of 1. I got lots of fate going on here too. I give it a roll.
Sweet.
4 hits, and a 0 is a special trigger, which means there we go. Make a second attack.
Another attack. Okay.
And a nothing. So
okay. So you get nothing here. That means nothing.
That's right.
Okay. So no hits. And so on this dice, I see 2. I don't know what camera. I think this camera can pick it up down here. I see a couple of blades. That means 2 attacks, basically.
2 hits. Yeah.
2 hits.
2 successful hits. And well, I shouldn't say successful because it can block it. But there's you've rolled all your possible attacks.
So 2
strikes,
there. And if you got one there, it'd be 1 strike.
Yeah. Okay, or nothing.
Gotcha. Or
in
nothing.
this case, I got 4, and I bobbled on 2.
Okay.
No special trigger and 1 special trigger.
Okay,
I'll worry about that in a second. So 4.
And what designates the amount of dice that we have in our hand?
You added up according to. So I'm attacking. My character has an attack dice of 1, and the weapon itself is an attack dice of 3.
Okay,
4
gotcha.
dice.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
So basically, you get to be the monster now.
Okay.
So attack the maintenance bot there. It's got a 2 defense.
So I wouldn't use these dice, or does it?
You could any green dice.
Okay, any green dice. And the player is red. The monster is green.
No, the red is attack, green is defense.
Green is defense.
Both the monsters and the players will use them the same way.
Gotcha. So 2 defense.
2 defense.
So
but I hit it 4 times.
Okay.
Which means if I help with 2, I've got it. So I kill the maintenance bot.
Okay, maintenance bot dead. And you selected the maintenance bot. And you targeted that how?
You just decide. You're in the room.
So you just
there. Like I said, there's a range, but stuff has been abstracted that when you walk into a room, it's not about how many feet away am I, etc.
You can roll everything and then decide what.
No. You got to pick before you start rolling.
Yep. Okay, and you've got to tell your colleagues that I'm choosing this one.
Yep.
Okay, so that it's fair that way.
Yeah. Well, it's tabletop gaming. If you don't announce it, people will glare at you. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. This is cool.
Yeah. So I've done that. You've attacked. I've attacked.
Okay.
So we've gone through our rounds. We have order cards here. We've done all that. There's 1 monster left, so we can't. In this place, we could forage to try to get more items, but we can't do that until we get rid of the monster.
Gotcha.
So basically, at this point, you and I have both gone through. So we're going to put your food marker down.
Okay.
And you shot your weapon, so put your bullet, if you haven't already, down.
To where?
Just to go by 1. So one.
So this
one
way?
Food, no, down. 1
this
food.
way. Okay.
And 1 bullet.
1 bullet. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
So that's.
But my health is fine because
that's fine.
I wiped it out.
So this is time and resources going down as we play. Basically.
Gotcha.
All right. Now the monster is gonna. You're not in the room, so it's gonna take a shot at me because there's nobody else there.
Okay.
So in this case, again.
Because I'm outside. I breached the door, but I didn't go in.
That's right.
Okay.
So in this case, you can be the monster. So I'm not rolling the monster for myself.
So now I'm in attack mode.
Yep.
Okay.
Not bad.
So there's 4 strikes.
4 strikes and 2. Yep. And I got 1 and my flak jacket of 2, so I got a 3 there.
Okay.
Roll good.
And this is your defensive roll, and you only got 1 defend on
1.
there.
So 3 went through. Okay. And I go 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you die. It's a roguelike.
It's a roguelike.
So it won't take you very long. If you make mistakes. And
well, that's a bad step will harm you. But I'm okay. I mean, look, we're hale and hearty.
Okay.
I took a few hits.
Yeah.
I got a med patch. Worst comes to worst, so I can slap on me.
Oh, okay. You do have some of those. Okay.
If you're playing with the medic can do stuff. Skills. There's medic skills. You can find med packs. Like I said, there's so many options to getting through this.
When did you decide that this was an idea that you guys want? Because this is a commitment, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, like every single piece. You had art crafted and you had design crafted, but to physicalize all of this, when did you guys say, yeah, we're doing this?
It came about actually more as a business resource thing that we were sitting around. So the gang's all working in the pen on a digital game like we normally do, and CEO Martin Sirlis, who's a huge tabletop gamer. I have the wall, like the shelf of board games. He has a room, and I don't mean it's the room where you go to play. It's the room
where
that just stores it, and then you take it out and go play. So we're sitting around, and one day he pointed out, he's like, you know, we get to the end of our production, programmers are still going nuts. There's debugging to be done. But artists and designers, while every once in a while we need to help out with that stuff, time is kind of opening up. Yeah. And depending on, we could, you know, work towards the next digital, or those resources can work without programmer support to make, because there's no programming required here.
It's brilliant, and there's two companies that I can kind of reference firsthand that I kind of saw that they did that. Ensemble, which, you know, rest in peace, that company, but all great developers out there. But they were, you know, slaves to board games. They loved them, and I'm sure they built their own, or members of the team built their own. But I remember that they said, we pencil and paper everything like it was a board game before we do everything.
That's the thing. Under the hood of every video game, the guys making them, the mechanics and the guts of them, it's the same thing. RPGs, you're running with stats and values. It's just all being done under the hood of the computer. You can take all that and translate it over into a tabletop mechanics.
And the other company is Weta, which you know, Peter Jackson famously sort of founded in New Zealand to do Lord of the Rings, but then they weren't always doing Lord of the Rings, and so they basically built a toy studio out of there and a collectible studio.
Those
to keep
ray guns and all that,
and keep people employed, and that's what you got to do. You kind of have to roll and adapt and grow, right?
We, like I said, when we realized that, well, we have these resources available, we have all this art and stuff to pull from, and the world has opened up in order to, like, I mean, this is the prototype, and we were able to just basically contact some people and get some printed up before we even worried about contacting full-blown manufacturers. We can do this.
How long has it been to get us to this point?
A year and a half.
Okay.
A little under a year and a half. Okay. And at about the midpoint, we were going to third parties, and we said, you know what, let's just get ourselves a Formlabs Form 2. And we started printing. Because
so
again,
you buy your own printer. And
if we're designing the 3D models in-house, why wait the turnaround time? And we're going to make so many and iterate. We got our own printer.
Are you guys busting crap around the office so that you can print it up again?
No, actually,
who broke the spatula? Doesn't matter. We got one printing. We're good.
We got it. Yeah, exactly. There's a couple of guys that are sitting there. Can I print my Blade Runner gun? The last thing, and this is the one that we're excited about, but it's kind of new. We haven't seen anybody else do it. Is one of the tiers on Kickstarter, we've offered up the files. If you come in at that tier, if you have your own 3D printing ability, we'll just give you the files and you can print out more. Because what we have now is the base game comes with 10 awesome figs. We have add-ons where I want more robots, I want more ever. But if you can print your own,
this is the future.
That's what we think too.
I mean, honestly, like people, like we saw Disney Infinity was destroyed because of the manufacturing process and the shipping of all that stuff.
All fun games,
yes,
all amazing, but still kind of slave to the traditional production cycle.
If people can build their own stuff, that is the future of board games. It's the future of video games as well.
I think so. We're already seeing more and more video game companies, Dark Souls and all that, doing translations. And we're gonna see if we can drive things a bit forward a bit more by letting people print their own figs. On top of, we'll sell to people who don't have a printer yet. But think about 5 years ago, who had a printer in their house? In 5 more years, I think it'll be like having the VCR or the microwave.
Let's hope that the 3D printers work better than the traditional printers, though. Many printers have become my nemesis over the years.
The Form 2 has been working pretty well for us. So far, so good.
That's awesome. Well, let's play one more round.
All right.
And while we play one more round, we are going to throw to a brand new look back. What is our buried treasure today, Blake? I forgot what it is.
It's the Call of Juarez.
Oh, a great one. It's a classic Western game, Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Take a look.